Welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. It is June 26th, 2025, and the time is 4:48 p.m. Thanks for being here, everybody. Let us go ahead and tap in and get a message for you. Storyline for the collective, please, Spirit. Storyline for the collective. Storyline for the collective, please, Spirit. Storyline for the collective. All right. In the central energy, King of Wands. So he's overcoming challenges. He's a visionary. He knows who to delegate to delegate what needs to be delegated. He's a true leader. In the challenge position, 5 of Swords. Conflict. Conflict. In the subconscious, the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. King of Wands, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups. The love of divine feminine, Queen of Cups. In the recent past, the Chariot. You've got a victory over something. You might be moving on. You might be feeling some energetic shifts within the field of consciousness. Intentions and expectations. Well, those who were bringing fraud and trickery to you are in a 10 of Swords ending. Those who were committing fraud are in a painful ending. You've got a victory here. In the near future, you've got your 10 of Pentacles. So you're coming into your inheritance. The lens is being looked through. The Knight of Pentacles. You've made a good investment. You've been working real hard. Routinely. Like you have not taken a break, you know? You've been at it. You're not one to stop, you know, and say, oh, I need a vacation. No, you just keep at it. You just keep at it. In the environment, we've got the Ace of Cups. We've got proposal and marriage. We have love, new feelings. You're letting go of any emotional baggage. Your faith has been tested with the 9 of Wands here. Your boundaries are up. It could be that your boundaries are up regarding love. You might be feeling a little defensive with anybody coming in suggesting a union. Hopes and fears. tower. Somebody's in a tower. See outcome, Spirit. Three of Wands in the reverse. Somebody is having some obstacles. They lacked planning and foresight. They got stuck in the past. So somebody's in a tower. They got stuck in the past. Your boundaries are up with all these offers that are coming in. You're like, you got your boundaries up, which is causing a tower for somebody, and they're stuck in the past because they're not able to attach themselves to your love cup. We've got the King of Swords here, has mental clarity regarding this abundance. Ace of Pentacles. Whatever he's got going on, this new venture, he's got mental clarity regarding it, and there is an end in sight of this Ten of Wands burden and freedom to marry or to be part of this new foundation. Somebody is in a nightmare and an Eight of Cups. So they're in a Nine of Swords nightmare, despair, and an Eight of Cups disappointment. They're being left behind. You don't want to have anything to do with them. You're leaving home. Your goals have been attained. You've got the Two of Wands here. So it could be that you're traveling and somebody is in a financial loss over the history, over what they've been working on in the history. So the need for vengeance is in the history, said the Lord, right? And so it's time for you to just recover and relax here in the Four of Swords energy. And you've got the Hierophant here. So you're protected. Making plans for the future. Somebody is disconnected from you. They could be stuck at a crossroads and they're feeling restricted and they're in fear energy because they got cut off. You're not giving them another contract. You're not letting them connect to your love cup. You're not letting them use you like that. And so now they're in a tower, stuck in the past. You're not letting them on your chariot. Disgrace. King of Wands here, overcoming challenges. He knows just what he's doing in regard this conflict. This bully, group of bullies. Celebration. King of Wands, overcoming challenges. We've got celebration here. Within the community, within the team. Challenged by this fraudster, this bully, this thief, or thieves. Challenged by Mr. Knight of Wands. Winning at all costs, wanting to go out and sex somebody up. Thinking about the Queen of Cups. And the King of Cups. True love. In the Chariot. In a victory. Nostalgia. Going back to a time of innocence. Going back to a time, there's this on the side of this card, it says healing, empathy, solutions, balance, harmony, happy memories, innocence, and joy. So you could be making a return or traveling to a time or a memory where things were happy, fun, balanced. This change is causing the thief who betrayed you to be in a Ten of Swords energy. Yeah, they're collapsing because of your union here, because of this community, because of this homecoming. They're in a painful ending because you are going home and you're taking all of your pentacles with you. Your whole inheritance is here. And they're, again, in the Eight of Cups energy. Wow, they're in the Eight of Cups energy. They're disappointed because they're getting left behind. You're no longer paying for sex with your happiness. We've got the Knight of Pentacles here, working hard in a routine. Slow and steady wins the race. You made a good investment. Oh, somebody was working on a routine, Knight of Pentacles, to create conflict for you. So Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, working real hard on a routine to create conflict for you. So in the environment, you are here regarding with your whole Ace of Cups, love, compassion. There's these proposals and you're in a Nine of Wands energy. You've got your boundaries up. You're persistent with holding your boundaries firm, because this Knight of Pentacles was bringing you conflict. You've got this this wand, this Knight of Wands, little F-boy, wanting to come in and be deceitful with his love offer. You got your boundaries up. You're like, I don't want to have anything to do with you. Look, Page of Cups in the reverse. This is an emotional, immature Schwangster in the reverse. You don't want to have anything to do with this person. Emotionally immature, insecure. They want to tap into your love cup and you're not letting them. You've got your boundaries up to this immature, insecure F-boy or F-girl. Take it as it resonates. And they're in a tower now. You're releasing them. They're in chaos because you're not letting them suck off your love cup. Look. The Moon in the reverse. There's no illusions. There's no more illusions. There's nothing hidden here. They're in a collapse. Everything's collapsing because you know the truth about them. They're insecure. They're running on dark energy. They're just a little F-boy or an F-girl. They go out and prostitute themselves for money and you're no longer paying for it. It's like, no. Not buying that freaking merchandise anymore. I'm not giving you my freaking Ace of Cups for a thieving wand. Bringing conflict to my life. No. It's better to be alone and happy than deal with this crap. So they're stuck in the past. Returning travels. They got to go back to the past and do it over again. I had a vision in the night of it looked like the inside of a cave, and a smaller cave, and it was very dimly lit. Like there might have been a little bit of a fire. It was very dimly lit. So somebody has to really go way, way back into the past. Start over. We've got justice here, the law of cause and effect. Now they got to go experience whatever they did. They got to go experience lack. They got to go experience struggle. They got to go experience being alone through it all. The Most High is here, hard at work, working real hard to manifest what? New ways of communicating. We're not just going to go use our root chakra to freaking talk to each other. Stupid. Lots of mental energy right now, manifesting willpower. Somebody's in a Two of Swords energy. There's difficult decisions being made. You've been working with high standards very diligently with the Eight of Pentacles here, and you're leaving behind this riffraff, this foul, disgusting excuse for connection. And they're in a nightmare. King of Wands overcomes challenges. We've got the Three of Cups energy here. He's a visionary. So there's a whole team. It's in celebration because they've overcome something. King of Cups. King of Cups. Compassionate and caring. King of Wands. King of Cups. Celebrating the love of divine masculine, the love of the feminine, the two cups coming together. King and Queen of Cups here. We've got theft. So we've got conflict, Five of Swords conflict created by this Knight of Wands, Mr. Passion. So that's the challenge here. Page of Wands. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, creating conflict with their wands. We've got the love of the divine feminine and the love of divine masculine. King and Queen of Cups here is in. So true love is what you're looking for. You're battle ready. You're taking the high ground. You're leaving F-boys behind. What are F-girls? Hopefully not. Hopefully we can just, you know, retrieve. I don't know. We got F-boys here. Do what you need to do with the genders, but this is a Knight and a Page, okay? You're in your Chariot here in the recent past. You got a victory over the history of what has been happening here, and you've got a victory in the Chariot here. You're victorious over the history of the illusions that had been cast upon you, the deception. So you're victorious over the history of deception. Those deceivers that are in this Five of Swords energy are in a Seven of Swords energy. So they are trying to get away with fraud. Those who were trickster spirits are in a painful ending and defeat over your Four of Wands homecoming. They have no focus. Eight of Pentacles in the reversed. They're feeling overwhelmed, overworked. They have to do their own work now. They can't focus. Whatever work they've been doing, it's not successful. They're not doing it well. You've got your 10 of Pentacles here, and they are in disappointment because you're leaving them behind. They're getting left behind. You don't want to share with them. You don't want to have anything to do with them. They're just disgusting. Queen of, yeah, they're getting left behind by the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups doesn't want to have anything to do with F-boy. She's waiting for her King of Cups. King of Wands. We've got a Knight of Pentacles here, working very hard in competition and conflict. For your Ace of Pentacles, bringing conflict for your Ace of Pentacles. They want your money. You've got an Ace of Cups here, proposals in marriage. You've got your 9 of Wands, boundaries up. And these Page of Cups are immature, emotionally immature, and you're like, you got your boundaries up. It's like, get away from me. They can't offer you any security. They can't offer you any creative ideas. They can't offer you any reassurance. The only thing they can offer you is disappointment. And you're saying no. It's like your boundaries are up. Slow movement, 8 of Wands, delayed. Yeah, they're getting very impatient. You're like, I don't want you. Stop asking. Get away from me. Can't you see I've got my boundaries up? Why are you trying to cross my boundaries? They're in a tower here because their illusions are out in the open. You know the truth of it. You can see exactly what they're up to and what they're doing. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups. You know the history of it. You can see very clearly the past. You know what they've done. They've brought nothing but darkness, messed with your mind, and now they're stuck in the past. They have to return and do it over again. That's the law of cause and effect. That is justice for what they've been doing to the Earth Angel. Five of Swords. Defeat. They're defeated. And it could be that now they have to go deal with all of the abuse that they dished out onto you. They normalized prostituting the mother energy. They would come out with their wands, pretend that they were really interested, get you in the sack, and then they would download all of their karmic debt and then extract your happiness. They would trade you 10 wands for 10 cups. And this is their idea of achievement. So now they get to go. They've been defeated and they get to go deal with all of that abuse. They have to go back into the past and they have to deal with it. There's not going to be any marriage. There's not going to be anybody to love them. There's not going to be nothing for them. While you get a 10 of Cups, happy reunion, because you were able to keep yourself balanced during this gross misbehavior. And you've got a 6 of Pentacles here. There's a community. You're in with a generous community. 3 of Pentacles. You're working as a team. You're in alignment. Knight of Wands here. Knight of Wands again. What do we got? We've got a Knight of Wands in a chariot. They're coming forward in the chariot here. They want to play hero with the Knight of Swords. So Knight of Wands is moving forward. They want to play hero with the Knight of Swords energy. King of Wands is right here, loyal to the Empress. And whoever that is, they're going to be sacrificed. They're going to be let go. It's like, you just got to stay away from this Empress, man, because justice is being dished out. You got the King of Swords here. He's going to whack you. Stop it, Mr. F-boy. Stay away. It's time to heal from all of this freaking chaos that you got going on. And, you know, there's a victory here for the Empress and for King of Cups, Queen of Cups unions. These ones are in regret for how they handled the High Priestess and her love. How they handled that divine connection. Being so disrespectful and selfish and immoral, unethical, disloyal, childish, immature, and abusive. Love isn't supposed to hurt, but they brought a lot of pain to it. King of Wands is here, overcoming challenges the community is celebrating for the love of the divine masculine. Or here, compassionate, passionate. We've got fate. Fate. The fate is being told. Somebody may be telling the story. They're challenged by this Five of Swords. We've got these abusive relationships with the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. It could be that they're defeated, but they're still out there sniffing around like freaking dogs looking for a piece of shit to eat and call it love. I don't know. Look, we've got luck. We've got luck. Yeah, they were bringing conflict through sexual, intimate encounters, hoping for your reward, hoping for a reward, targeting your reward. Queen of Cups, King of Cups is battle ready. You're standing up for yourself. You're taking the high ground. You're being assertive. You don't want anybody in your space, right? We've got daydreaming. You may be daydreaming about, or you're battle ready and standing up for yourself, with these illusion casters, the illusion, this freaking just foul, man. You're in your chariot, you got a victory over the history of illusions, over this deception. The masks are off. The masks are off, and those who are committing fraud are having a painful ending because you've got a homecoming here, and they're overworked. Their work is not, they're in an Eight of Pentacles reversed energy. Their work isn't working. Their work didn't work. We've got ready and with rejection. They got to get ready. They got to get prepared for rejection. Their work didn't work. You got this homecoming. There's preparations for with rejection, withdrawal. You're making preparations to withdraw from these people. You got your 10 of Pentacles here, and these ones are being left behind by the love of the Queen of Cups. They're getting left behind. She's not going to give them her love anymore. They're just an appendage with feet walking the earth, thinking it's God, deserving of a reward. Foul. Foul. They're getting separated out, so they're getting left behind, separated out, and the Queen of Cups is triumphant here. So you've got your 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. You are triumphant and victorious over these wands. Knight of Wands, Page of Wands. trying to compete with you and steal your reward. Knight of Pentacles, working real hard in this competition for your Ace of Pentacles, for your blessing. Ace of Cups here. You've got your boundaries up. To anybody coming in with a proposal, you've got your boundaries up because you know they're emotionally immature. They can't offer you any security. They're going nowhere. They can't help you get anywhere. They're not a creator. They have creative blocks. There's nothing to offer. They have nothing to offer. Evidence. You've done your research. You know exactly what they are. Slow moving, emotionally immature. They have no gifts. They have no creative abilities. They cannot provide any solutions for anything that may go wrong. They can't help you. Hold your boundaries firm because they're just going to go F their way to the top or try. They think all the answers are in their ball sack. They think all of creation comes from that. They're in a tower. The moon is reversed, so the illusions are busted for the Six of Cups. Everything in the history, all of these illusions have been uncovered, and they're in a tower. They're in a tower because so they're in a tower. The moon is in the reverse. Everything is revealed in the history of what they have done to those people who love themselves. They target those people who love themselves, and then they stick them with their wand. They download 10 wands, and then they extract 10 cups and then leave everything in destruction. They want your blessing. 3 of Wands, they're stuck in the past. Returning travels. They got to go back. They got to do it again. This is the law of cause and effect. They've been defeated, and now they have to go receive the abuse that they put you through. That they got to go receive the abuse that they did to you, a high value person trying to extract your wealth out of you. They're at risk of death. They're in danger. Wrath is here for these ones. By your alliances who are here on behalf of the sweethearts, the actual people who actually love each other, who actually want to have a family and support each other and create and come up with solutions for problems and benefit, be of benefit to not only their household but their communities. The strategy of mind reading people, targeting them if they have a great idea, targeting them if there's a trust fund, targeting them if they own a house, that is being stopped. The other day I also got the message that any magic that they know is going to be stripped from them. They're going to lose their ability to do magic on the people. They're going to lose their ability to mind read them and target them for gain, using their wand or their black hole or whatever. This prideful person was coming after your gifts, but you're stable and okay. You know what was going on in the history of it with the memory here. You remember stuff, and these ones fell into a trap. They fell into their own trap with their magic, and now they're mentally disturbed, and they're probably having supernatural experiences within their home. They're whacked out of their mind. I heard somebody say, take a pill or some of that other crap. So they're losing it. We've got live and learn for the family. You've lived and learned how to maintain your inner peace, how to overcome this severe challenge. And now you have gifts that you can offer your family and your spouse, your your upcoming spouse and the community that you will be in. These ones are furious that you're having sweet dreams. And they want to apologize for cursing you. But it's time. So you're on schedule. You're on schedule. They need to go pray. They need to go pray about this loss. They've lost you. And it could be that this sweet love that is coming together will teach others how they overcame these challenges and how to strengthen their electrical system, their mental body, and their entire framework of their flesh temple, which houses their spirit and soul, and maintain their life under challenges. Somebody thought it was a great idea to rob the light-bearing people, those with the big halo, those with big energy. They thought it was a great idea to steal your energy and your essence. They took a bribe to do so. But good news, I guess we got good news. There's a third wheel enemy that's seeking to compromise. They're in a predicament. While eternal love has earned a lot of merit and gain, they're coming into a 10 of Pentacles. And it's going to be King of Cups, Queen of Cups unions. It's going to be mutually loving unions. And passionate here with the King of Wands. But you've got, yeah, he's just out there. So you got the King of Wands who's dealing with the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands, who are effing their way into some reward or attempting to. Those who worked against you are being left alone and sick. And they're bound to their commitments that they made, trying to trap you. And justice is being served on them. You are being given mercy, shown mercy. You've got a promise of mercy. You persevered through these challenges, so you get mercy. And everybody who, all this friends network who did all that work to try to bully you, they're stressed out. They got lots of stuff going on in their mental body here. They're losing their minds. They're overloaded and overwhelmed. While you are worth saving and you're going to go on an adventure, you reach the top of that mountain, and those who are bringing conflict to you are frightened now, and they're sick about this dominating thing. Maybe they're sick about being dominated. Maybe it's their turn to go be dominated now. They're protesting here that you actually care about each other. And they're in danger. They're being cast away. They're homeless, and they could be going to jail too. Take it as it resonates. They're being confined. They got to get out of your energy, and they can't come back into it. I imagine that there's going to be regular checks on the community just to make sure that that narcissistic, parasitical attachment hasn't leaked its way into the new community. I heard this curator talking about an invention, and last night the message was something about narcissistic and narcissistic rage. So it's like there's an invention that will trigger a narcissist to go into a rage, so that you can see if they have that narcissistic parasite in them or not. So there's like some kind of a invention has been created that will assist in the detection of those hosts which are hosting this parasitical entity that then drives minds and experiences. King of Wands is here. He's the leader of the pack. So he's got a whole Three of Cups community here. He's been working with a team of people. They've been doing so with love, as in the King of Cups energy, with love. They've been working on this fate, on this future. It could be that there's, you're moving into your fate. It's time for you to travel into your fate. You might be taking a trip. You might be making your fated journey. Challenged by this Five of Swords coming from the Knight of Wands and the Page of Wands. So they're here trying to F their way into your reward. Yeah, they want to reconnect with your reward, with your jackpot. Every proposal that is coming in right now is shady as all get up. I would say, you know, wait until the transition happens before you go searching for your mate, because then you'll know that everybody that's present there has earned their position, right? And they didn't just skate in on somebody else's laurels. Queen of Cups, King of Cups is here. They're battle ready. Seven of Wands. They're standing up for themselves against these illusions, and they're not desperate. They're not desperate. They're not in a hurry. They're not in a bind. They're on the top of that mountain there. And everybody else is way down below. Look, they're all cussing. They're down there. You got all those expletives. They're down there cussing. They can't reach you. They can't cause any desperation in you. You've got a victory here. You're in your chariot. You got a victory over this Six of Wands nostalgia, this deception. The masks are off. They have nothing to brag about. They're in a Seven of Swords energy. They've been defeated. These thieves, these fraudsters, they're in a painful ending with the Ten of Swords. Everything's collapsing. They've got defeat, defeat, defeat. Because you're going home. You've got this Four of Wands celebration going on. Whatever work they're doing, it failed. It did not work. So there's preparations being made. You're getting ready to withdraw. These ones are being rejected. Yep, it's goodbye. Yep, you're saying goodbye to the Schwangster. You've got you're taking your Ten of Cups, your Ten of Pentacles. You're taking your Ten of Pentacles with you. You're in your Queen of Cups energy, and you're in your triumph of victory. These ones are disappointed. They're getting left behind. They're getting separated from you. Look, empathy. They're getting separated from your empathy. You don't care about them anymore. You don't care. Knight of Pentacles has been working real hard in competition for your Ace of Pentacles and your blessing. Sabotage. He's been working real hard to win your Ace of Pentacles and your blessing. He's deliberately working to undermine your efforts. Ace of Cups proposals, you are saying no. Your boundaries are up. You know that this is an emotional, immature person. They can't offer you any solutions. They can't help you create anything. You've done your research and you are not going anywhere with them. You're not bringing them anywhere with you. They're wanting to come in and be friendly. Yeah, they're trying to come in and be friendly, but you've done your research. They have nothing to offer except conflict and sabotage. They're in a tower. The illusion is out. The moon is in the reverse. You know exactly what they've been doing in the history to disrupt your love. And now they need a big favor from you who has love. And it's like, no, They're stuck in the past. They got to return to wherever they came. Justice is being served. The law of cause and effect. They've been defeated. They have been trying to abuse you for your high value. You are high value, and they've been abusing you. So the law of cause and effect is in order, and it could be that they're going to go. Their future is a 5 of Swords for what they've done to you. Their future is in a 5 of Swords. They need advice. They got to go get some advice. Their savior didn't save them. They've been lying. They've been dishonest, or maybe they're lying to somebody that they took a loan from. They owe somebody money. They feel you're a nuisance. They feel obligated to associate with you. They're coming forward to ask your perspective. They found it amusing to mess around with your health. And now they want to apologize. They want to apologize for all of the work that they did against you because they need your support. They were asking in the evening messages whether she was gay or a lesbian because she's denying all of their proposals. She knows they're a thief. She knows they're a sabotaging competitor for what it is that she has. These are not loving people. They're emotionally immature. They have no creative ideas. They're illusion casters. They bring towers to people who love themselves and attempt to love them. And now you don't care anymore. They've been separated out of your empathy. You don't even give a crap what happens to them. We've got joyfulness. You're about ready to take off. You're entering into your fate. You're about ready to take a trip here. There's joyfulness. This 5 of Swords, Knight of Wands, Page of Wands, looking to reconnect to your reward. They're coming forward with their wands, with their little proposals. Winning at all costs. Let's F our way. And they're a freaking prostitute, and they prostitute everybody they come into contact with. It's all about that. This is somebody who consistently wages war on people using their wand or their appendage or their intimate encounter to gain a reward. And there's a priest going to prison. Bad teacher. Whoever this is, he's foul, man. Somebody may have lost a spouse. Queen of Cups, King of Cups, battle ready, standing up for themselves regarding this illusion, these mind effers. And they're not desperate. They're not in a state of desperation. They know that these people are false and they're lying. You gained a victory over the history of this deception. The masks are off and they have nothing to brag about. You are faithful. Faithful and true. They were casting illusions and trying to paint you as they are. These fraudulent people are in a 10 of Swords painful ending because you have a homecoming. You are traveling. You are going home. The work that they did against you failed. You're getting ready to withdraw. It's time to say goodbye. You're about ready to just get right the heck out of here. I keep praying. I wake up in another place. I imagine all of you do too. It's like, please just let it be today. Let me, please bring me home. Bring me home. Journey. You're going on a journey. You're about out of here. You're making ready. You're making preparations to withdraw. You are rejecting these people. You are withdrawing everything that you are. Your love, your pentacles, everything. And you're saying goodbye. So you've got your 10 of Pentacles here. These ones are getting left behind. Out of the Queen of Cups love, she is triumphant and victorious over this low vibrational prostitution ring. They're getting separated from her empathy. She doesn't care about them anymore. She doesn't give two craps about them. We've got death in the reverse. They could not bring a death to her. They tried to unalive her. They tried to bring a death to her. They tried to trap her for her blessing, and it failed. Now they're getting left behind. There's no more waiting. There's no more waiting. This Knight of Pentacles was working night and day, steadily, routinely, trying to get this Ace of Pentacles, this blessing from you. They were working very hard to sabotage you. They sabotaged themselves. There's no more waiting. Apparently, you're not waiting for them. There's no more waiting. Whatever they did to sabotage you is coming back on them. They're coming in trying to make proposals with you. You're rejecting every last one of them. You've got your boundaries up. You know that they're emotionally immature. They are not creators. They can't create shit. The only thing they can do is have sex. And it's probably not even good sex. You're not going anywhere with them. Slow, slow, slow. There's evidence here. You've done your research. You've done your research on these people. We've got letter in the reverse. They're not getting the message. They didn't get the message. They tried to hide the message. You're friendly. They're coming in all friendly, but they're not getting the letter. They're not getting the invitation. You've done your research. They didn't do any work. They didn't go anywhere. They didn't do anything. Delayed action. They didn't accomplish anything. They're coming in all friendly and they're not getting the invitation. They ignored the letter. Maybe they were warned not to do something to you. They're in a tower. They're in chaos. The illusions have been revealed in the history, what they've done in the history to those sweet people who love themselves. And now they need assistance. They need a big favor. Everybody's talking about it. They're coming to you for a favor after they tried to destroy you and steal from you. Now they're hoping you'll just give it to them. They tried to unalive you and take it. And since they couldn't get it, now they're hoping that they can come in and get a contract. But you know their methods, that they need a relationship or some form of a contract in order to tap in to your spiritual inheritance, to the wealth that you have accumulated by earning good merit, by being a moral, ethical person and bringing balance to your own internal self. While these ones have been going out and just effing this and effing that and acting like little whores, hoping to come into a reward. It's disgusting. Now they're stuck in the past. They got to go return and do it again. This is a law of cause and effect. They're going to go experience the abuse that they gave you, and that's what their future is going to be all about, because they were trying to hurt somebody of high value. This is a servant. So they're going to go be a servant. Maybe they'll be your servant. Maybe this will be the person who's got to go work the job that makes your life okay. Maybe they'll be your employee. Maybe they're going to work for you now. There is a wedding here and a lover, a scholar and a sweetheart. Somebody who has got the message, they've earned their wings. And the Lord has control of the room, which would be the mind. So, and the message a few days back was this: the sky belongs to the sun, which is the mental body. And somebody is really sick over this wife. and this merchant. Somebody's in melancholy over this wife and this merchant. Somebody could be in melancholy over trying to sell this wife to this merchant. The Lord's wife. We have a friend, cheerfulness, and love. So there you got a happy friend here that is actually love. We got an old woman who came after a fortune, might be a widower or is losing somebody. They're in their thoughts, they're prideful, they're in their thoughts regarding your house and your money and your young life. Yeah. They had hoped to take over your life. There's an old woman that was hoping to get your rebirth, your future, which is age regression and long life. They've been complaining. Apparently you got 1,000 years ahead of you, and you'll be young and beautiful, and you'll have children and be in loving connections, which aren't about this, normalizing, prostituting the womb energy of the mother. These ones have been using that powerful energetic source to fuel their magic for a long time. And then they've been claiming to be powerful, but they are nothing without the womb energy. They're just not. They're scavengers. Fighting. They brought war to the womb. Rather than protect the womb and the temple that is created within the womb that houses the spirit and the soul of their own children, they brought war to that space, man, for profit. And called themselves supreme. King of Wands, overcoming challenges within the community or with a community. They're doing so. And the King of Cups energy, this is all done with love. Your fate is to travel. You're going to be going on a journey. And this, everybody's happy about it. So you've got the Three of Cups and joyfulness. You've got celebration here. The whole community is celebrating. You're successful. Whatever you set out to do, you have done, and you're about ready to make a trip. It's your fate. Release. Release. You're leaving it behind. Release. It's like you're releasing, these ones who've been harvesting the energy out of others, they're vampiric entities. Their lives have been extended well beyond their expiration date. They're actually dead entities, and you're releasing them. You're releasing them. You've got your wings, and you're out of here. You're ready to travel. You're ready to say goodbye. These wands, this Knight of Wands, this Page of Wands, these people who were taught to bring conflict to others with sexual encounters. So they're here constantly bringing soldier. This is a soldier. They're consistently bringing war to the womb space and the sacred root and sacral chakra energies in order to gain a reward, a financial reward. They're wanting to reconnect. We've got a priest here going to prison. They weren't able to scavenge off of you. So whatever they're doing, it's not working. They weren't able to thieve from you. We've got the Queen of Cups the King of Cups. They're battle ready. They're in their Seven of Wands energy. They're not desperate regarding these illusions. They know that they're false. So they're not desperate. They know these illusions are false. They're standing their ground with it. And they're soaring. They're taking off. They're leaving, man. They're releasing this baggage and they're going on. They're releasing this false baggage and they're leaving. Gone. They're in their chariot. They've got a victory over the history, over this deception with this moon card. The masks are off. They have nothing to brag about. You are, you're faithful. You're loyal. You're faithful. You are loyal and you're making preparations here. Preparations. Those crows are dropping those clams onto the street so they'll be ran over by a vehicle, cracked open so they can go eat the meat. We've got preparations here. You have been vindicated, and those who tried to destroy you are, by committing fraud and warring with you, are in a 7 of Swords energy, 10 of Swords energy, because you are going home. The work that they did against you failed. You're getting ready, making preparations to withdraw from these ones. You're rejecting them. You're saying goodbye, and you're going on a journey. You're going home. You're in your chariot and you're going home. You've got insight as to what they've been doing, as to what they've been collecting, as to how everything's been going on. And let's just look at this. Where is that? Is this the one? Nope. This is the one. Insight, number 26. You've examined your situation. You have tested out different strategies to gain wisdom. You understand the relationship between all contributing factors. And you have become able to identify actions that yield little benefit and those strategies that expedite your success. And you're leaving. You're taking your knowledge, your wisdom, and you're leaving. You're taking your knowledge and your wisdom, everything, all of these things that you have tried. You know, I call it like guinea pig. You know, I would try with different adaptogens, you know, when I was playing with my energy and all of that. And my my homeostasis within my system. I did a lot of things. I called it being a guinea pig, but apparently that was actually investigations, research. So you're taking your research, everything that you've earned. You're taking your 10 of Pentacles inheritance. You're taking your Queen of Cups love, your Ace of Cups. You're taking it all. You've triumphed here. You've triumphed over death. The death that they have been putting on you with their magic, you've triumphed over all of their death magic. It didn't work. It could be that it's going back on them now. They're disappointed. They're getting left behind. Look, they're self-interested and tricky. These are trickster spirits. Narcissistic, parasitic, trickster spirits inhabiting whatever host that they're in. I don't know, but they're getting left behind. They're separated, they're disconnected from your empathy. You have overcome all of their death magic. You don't give a crap about them anymore. They're look, they tried to eat you. And they did. They feasted on your energy. And they were committing fraud and trickery while wearing your energy, creating illusions about you with others. This Knight of Pentacles has been working on a routine in competition with you for your blessing, for your Ace of Pentacles abundance, for your enlightenment. All of that knowledge that you gained, it belongs to you. They tried to sabotage you, and it looks like maybe they sabotage themselves. There's no more waiting. You're not waiting. They're not waiting. Sabotage is at their door. They desperately need to be covered by your love, and you triumphed over the death magic that they sent you. This is a self-interested trickster spirit, and you don't give a crap about them anymore. Not one little crap. This is a mischievous little jackwagon. There's no more waiting for sabotage. They are sabotaged. Or maybe they're going to try to sabotage you, but you're leaving them behind. You've got a new direction, and you're going in a new direction. You got folks up here trying to come in with a proposal, and you've got your 9 of Wands boundaries up. You're like, you know that they're emotionally immature. They're not a creator. They have nothing to offer. You've done your research. They're in this 8 of Wands energy reversed. They're not going anywhere. They have nothing to offer. They're coming in being friendly because they didn't get the damn invite. They didn't get the invite. They're not welcome to get on board your chariot. They're coming in with the proposal trying to get aboard your chariot. And you're like, look, I know your game, man. And you got nothing to offer me. Get out of here. They're afraid. Look, they're afraid of you. You're an anomaly. They're in fear over your light, over your power, over this huge, look at that. They're like this little tiny crow here. And look at that, all these little tiny crows here. I know they're in the distance, but look how small they are. And you're just this magnificent being there. And they're afraid. They need to come in and they need to handle your energy. They need to handle your abundance. They need to handle your blessing. They need to handle your mind and what comes out of your mouth. They need to handle your reputation and what it is that you present yourself as. They need to control you. And you're like, get away from my Ace of Cups. Get away from my blessing. Get away from my stability. Nobody wants your wand. Nobody wants your mischief. Nobody wants your sabotage. They're in a tower because the illusion has been seen over the history of what they have done to people who actually love themselves and create beauty in the world. Now they need a big favor. Everybody's talking about it. You're releasing them. They're dead entities. They have nothing to offer. Cashing. They haven't earned anything. They haven't saved anything. They've been out there overindulging, overspending money and wealth and energy that isn't theirs. They need a big favor. They need assistance. And it's like you're just going to have to go become what it is that you've been trying to steal. They got to go return to the past. The law of cause and effect is in order. Justice is being served. They've been defeated. They've brought you so much abuse and so much conflict, and that's what their future holds. They're going to be a servant. They have to go serve. They got to get a job. They got to do the work for somebody who's greater than them, which is what you are. They have nothing to offer you, and yet they wanted to swap positions. They wanted you to serve them, but first they have to get control over your assets through this stupid proposal and contract that they're looking to get. Communication. They're receiving a communication. You're receiving a communication. They might want, look, their communications are rolling right off of you. Somebody's trying to telepathically communicate with you, and it's just rolling right off. You're not listening to it. You don't want to hear it. You're not listening. You know exactly who they are, what they are, and you just don't care about it. It has no value. It has no value. These are vampiric, self-interested entities who are trickster spirits, and they trick people with their wand, with their sexual encounters, pretending to be love while they're gaslighting and love bombing people and having these intimate encounters, extracting 10 cups from you while dumping in their karmic debt, their 10 of Wands karmic debt. I had a dream where there was a younger person here, like this page or this knight, and there was a big theater full of people. And he said, he was mad. He was mad at me. And he said, I wonder if you can take a full load. 10 of wands, 10 of wands, 10 of wands, 10 of wands is what they dump in people with their orgies and their stupid abuses. So you're gonna be distanced from these ghosts, or they have to keep their distance. These are negative influencers who mimic star beings and loving beings. They're in grief because you're leaving them alone. You don't want to have anything to do with them, or they're in grief because you're isolated and they can't get into your space. You are resisting them, and they're resisting being exposed, but they have been exposed. Trying to, what they've done to the territory and the gifts with their nighttime fiascos. You are protected from their dominator attempts. You're balanced during the illusions that they try to cast over your abundance. They're at risk for the play that they were doing on a routine, and under the guise of commitment in the sacred space. There's no child there in the sacred space. They were playing house without actually being responsible for anything in the memory. And they will be displaced for what they've done in the history. They're being watched. They've been watched and they're being watched. Yep. Their nature, their inherent nature as to who and what they are has been seen by the team. And all of their team has been seen too. Everyone that was curious to bring battle to this heart bond, to the Queen of Cups and King of Cups unions with their upside down perspective. Oh, they're going to get wrath because you are free. You've got your freedom, and they're going to get wrath. Whew, they're anticipating wrath, and they're anticipating the need to survive. You have grown, you have elevated here, and now they're in upheaval. Their whole garden, their whole house, whatever you want to call it, is in upheaval now. While your community receives abundance and luck. They were warned. They were warned and they got distracted. You're going in a new direction, and that does not include them. I hope that this clarifies something that you already intuitively knew, and I will see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.